Hello, everyone. Welcome to the weekly Life Inspiration Show. And today I have the big privilege to speak with Yuki about fear, how you can break free from fear. I believe many of us have experienced and are experienced on a constant basis fear. So let's dive deeper into this topic and learn how we can break free from fear. So, a little bit of introduction. Yuki is a hypnotherapist. And yeah, I would pass over to you, Yuki, to introduce yourself for our audience who is watching us live or on replay. Please hashtag live or replay and let's connect with each other. And here we go, Yuki.
Thank you, Val. It's lovely to be here. Thank you for inviting me. Yes, I'm a hypnotherapist and I have used hypnotherapy on myself to break away from fear. And it's my turn to spread a little bit of not my knowledge. And also, I would love to help people, especially those of um, female entrepreneurs and female business people who want to live their best lives and get ahead in their careers or change careers, but feel that fear is holding them back.
Oh, what a great mission you've got, Yuki. So tell us a little bit more maybe how in maybe a couple of experiences when you were held by fear in your life, and how did you deal with this?
Okay, so a lot of time actually. But I can give you one very recent example. Okay, so I have been working in the corporate world for most of my career life, and I have been with the same company for 5.5 years. And yeah, the company, and I just left. I just finished with my corporate job to finally focus on what I feel that I'm very passionate about
Mhm.
and become a full-time hypnotherapist. And the want and the fear keeps going, what is it that thing that you have in playground,
Uh,
like goes
like a
up and
balance.
down.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. So sometimes, like, I'm ready for it. I know I can be great, and I want to work for myself, not bound by the 9 to 5, or actually in my case, it was 6 p.m. to 2 a.m. job. And then again, the fear comes up. Oh no, but what if I don't make it? What
Mhm.
if this happened or that happened? But what I find is where with fear, you got to know what it is that you want at the other side of the fear and make that bigger than your fear. So, for example, in my case, I want to go ahead, work for myself.
Yeah.
That's what I want. But the fear is, oh my God, I don't have a fixed paycheck at the end of every month. That is fearful. But again, for me, eventually to find out why I want to do that, and that desire is bigger than my fear, it's then easy to break away.
So what I'm getting here, Yuki, is that the desire, the reason, the why, the mission will
Mhm.
help you break through this fear and still do the activities, still do the actions, even though it feels scary, it feels insecure, and who knows, like these what if scenarios coming in your head. So a great mission will help you with that. Okay.
Yeah, and then you also mentioned the what ifs, right?
Mhm.
I have spoken to quite a lot of people the last few weeks because I've started telling my ex-colleagues about me going to leave the company. And then they have, at first, they will say to me, "Oh my God, you're so brave."
Mhm.
Mhm. What ifs, what if, what ifs? Okay, so from my experience talking to people, there are kind of like three biggest fear that people have for moving forward or changing careers. First one is fear of failure.
Okay.
What if I don't make it? I'm comfortable now, but what if I go on my own or change job? What if my new boss doesn't like me? And it's something like the fear of failure. The other one is, funnily enough, fear of success, which is funny to say, but I had a little bit of that as well, fear of success. And the third biggest or common one is fear of being judged, or fear of being criticized, or even fear of not being liked anymore by the
Mm.
people that you know or the people that you love.
This is
Yeah,
so
so that's
Yeah, this is so deep what you've mentioned there, because I think I've experienced all of them free. So fear of failure when you start your own business, when you start something new, when you
mhm,
take out yourself out of comfort zone, or you create these worst case scenarios in your head rather than a fear, like how is it gonna fail, rather than how is it gonna succeed, and create the
yeah, mhm,
best energy around it. And fear of success, this is so deep, because yeah, all of us who are have a courage and, as you said, braveness, are brave to take the action. um, I think somehow will fear their power, their power within themselves. That, I what comes to my mind is that image over a kitten looking into the mirror and seeing a lion. So there is
yeah,
so much
mhm,
more inside us, and we sometimes can stop ourselves from taking actions because of fear of success. What if it works? Again,
mhm,
if it
yes,
works, I have success, how I'm gonna deal with everything and so on. And fear
mhm,
of judgment. Oh gosh, this is a deep one, Yuki. Fear
mhm,
of I believe everyone in this world have experienced this fear at some point in their life, because we
mhm.
are, I don't know, we somehow unconsciously are programmed to think what to care about what other people think about us, and to fear what if we are judged and so on. And I think it comes from childhood.
Yeah, I think it's well, we as humans crave connection, right? It's our really inherent need to be connected to people, and we have our present connections, and then the fear that we might be disconnected from if we move forward, and they would start to feel like we leave them behind, or oh, now you're so busy with your business you can't have tea with us anymore. And
Mm,
then yeah, the fear of being criticized, being judged is, I think, is connected to our need for being connected
mm.
and having
Absolutely.
tribe.
Absolutely. Yeah,
Mhm.
as humans, we would like, we are always looking for connections, and yeah, that
Yeah.
caring of a relationship. And let's say hi to Carla. Hello, Carla. Hello, Olga. Thank you so much for watching us live, and let us know whether you have experienced at some point in your life any of the three fears that
Mhm.
Yuki has shared. Yeah, we would like just to know and inspire others, because yeah, you know what social media does. I think many people put like the best and best photos, best like life stories and so on, but they do not share their vulnerability. They do not share what really goes behind the scene, and it's really good to approach this topic and to discuss even about what really is somehow makes us feel stuck, and somehow like, and these
Yeah.
all fears, it's really good to put them on a table and discuss those, and realize that yeah, those can really hold us back.
Yeah. But the thing is about fear, right? I think there's a really scientific research on this. Like 80% of our fear is not real.
Mhm. It is
Yeah.
created in our mind, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, we create unsavory or unhelpful scenarios in our head. Like we create a wolf in
Mm.
our head, which yeah, creates paralysis sometimes and inability to take action. So we create this wolf, and then we create in our imagination scenarios and make that wolf bigger and
Mm.
scarier than it actually is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And let's go back to the comments, Yuki. Sorry for interrupting you. So Olga says,
Hi,
"Oh
Carla.
yes, I had a lot of fears in the past, and it was a beautiful journey releasing them." Oh, wonderful, Olga. Yes, for sure. Carla says, "I felt fear many times in my life and still do, but unfortunately, I've learned how to manage it and see it as a good thing. Isn't it good when you learn how your body reacts, how your mind tricks you on this,
Mhm,
and yeah,
mhm.
you go around it. And from my experience, Yuki, joining you all the way from Montenegro
Oh,
today, by the way.
wow.
Oh, that's wonderful. I hope you are having great weather there,
Mhm.
Olga, because here in UK and in Ireland, it's isn't it, Yuki, for you? It seems
Yes. Mhm.
quite chilly, quite cold. Winter is still here.
Yeah. Mhm.
So, yeah, yes, absolutely. Body is strongly connected to our mind,
Mhm.
absolutely. And what I've
Yes.
experienced with fear is that it's somehow, is it amygdala that keeps us safe, that wants to keep us safe, and every time we try something new, is like every time you have this fear, and it's a normal feeling. So yeah, for those who are watching us live or on replay also, do get it that it is a normal feeling to have fear. It is normal because we've
Mhm.
been programmed and we've been like in the past trying to survive from in jungles, so it is normal to have this survival and this fear. And whenever you try something new, whenever you want to implement something, you get this fear because it's uncomfortable, because it's something new,
Yeah.
because
Mhm.
you never experienced this before. And of course it's normal for your brain to trick you on that. Mm.
Yes. So from my training as a hypnotherapist, I learned that the mind likes the familiar and it
Mm.
doesn't like the unfamiliar. So, but if you know that you are starting something new or you want to get that, send your CV to get your best dream job, but you're fearful, just because it's not familiar, your brain is saying to you, this is new, I don't really like it. But then you get to have again, what is at the end of the fear? Is it something that you really want? And we just need to get ourselves to start doing the unfamiliar and make it familiar, which will lead us to what we want, our goal.
Yeah, I really love what you said there. So get comfortable with uncomfortable.
Mhm.
Get
Yeah.
comfortable with uncomfortable. It's normal for a brain to trick you this way, but it's
Yeah.
even more encouraged to learn how to break through. And we're going back to the reason, the why you want to do this action.
Mhm.
It must be strong. It must be huge. It must be big in order for you to break through the fear.
Mhm.
Mm.
And the thing is also about fear, as humans, we are born with only two types of fears.
Okay.
Number one is fear of falling, the other one is fear of loud noise. And well, this is to protect us as babies.
Mm-hmm.
Like, but this is the two fears that you're born with. All the other fears are not, we're not born with them. We learn them either to repetition, or if it's something really quite traumatic or quite big, it could be like one event. Like, yeah, everything else apart from those fear of falling, which I still have, by the way. I have to take a self hypnosis or get a hypnosis session on that to get rid of my fear of falling. Yeah, I wouldn't jump out of an airplane to skydive, for example,
Mm.
and my one is not big enough to break away from that fear. But anyway, all the other fears that we have are actually acquired or learned, like fear of judgment, for example. Babies are not afraid to be judged. Babies are not afraid of failure. They fall, they get up, they fall, they get up. Kids are not really afraid of failure either. When they learn how to ride a bicycle, they're not scared of people laughing at them that they're not able to ride a bicycle.
This is
Yeah.
so true. This is so true. As Olga says, it's all made in our mind. All these fears, all
Hmm.
these like beliefs and protection, the way, yeah, things to protect us,
Hmm.
fear of judgment, failure, and so on. It all is created here in your mind. Who is in control of your mind? I always ask this question: Who is in control?
Yes. Mhm.
You, the person, is in control of your mind. So it's for you to become aware and to still break free from this
Yeah.
fear.
Yeah.
Mm.
Imagination is our most powerful tool, and you can
Mm.
use it to create the big bad wolf or create something else that works
Absolutely.
best.
Imagination. And talking about imagination, if you fear the worst case scenario, somehow you manifest it, somehow you put it, you let it out to the God, universe, divinity to make it happen in your life. So even recently, I had a situation of a person in my life, and they were fearful about something, and they got it because, of course, if you worry about something and if you focus on the worst case scenario of getting the bad situation, you will
You
get
attract it.
it. So yeah, you will be proven that it works. Law of attraction works, like
Mhm.
manifestation works. So yeah, you mentioned Yuki a couple of times hypnotherapy
Mhm.
sessions. So how can a hypnotherapist session help to break through the fear?
Okay, so usually in a hypnosis session, we go back to a time where a certain type of fear is created, and usually a lot of time it is something that we experience in childhood. So once we have an understanding, and understanding during a hypnosis session is very powerful, but you because you get an idea of, yeah, that's how I started to become XYZ. Could be, yeah, fearful of something. And that we, in that single event in childhood, can create a belief, which at that time makes sense. But as you grow, that belief is still there, but it does not, it was created to protect us because in that moment it made sense, and it started not to make sense, and instead of helping us, it holds us back. And when someone understand this, they can then create a new belief and reframe that event to change.
Wow, and
Yeah.
all this is done through a hypnotherapy session. Wonderful.
Yeah. Mhm.
Wonderful. And going
And
back here to what you mentioned, that we usually don't remember the facts of what has happened real. We remember the meaning that we have given to the situation, and the meaning is the belief we create around
mhm.
this situation. And because yeah, going back to my childhood, I only remember the memories of most like impactful, emotionally impactful, the situations that
Mhm.
I created the meaning, emotional related meaning, and those are staying with me for the whole life, and I believe it's for with all other people. So it's important to learn how to how to change. Did you mention like through a hypnotherapy session you can change the story?
Yeah. Mhm. In a smaller scale, if it's not always hypnotherapy, you can do self hypnosis. You can try to connect with what you think your fear is and how it is, how it started. But also, you can trick. Somebody here mentioned a body and mind connection. Olga,
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
that's simply very, very, very true. And when we are fearful, we have sensations in our body, like maybe our hands become sweaty, or hearts are beating faster, or we feel like a strain in our stomachs shrink. um, but we can also flip it by creating the type of sensation that we want in our body, or the emotion that we want, by creating the same sensation in our body. Let me put it this way. Okay, when you are sad, for example, you're you can see that someone is feeling sad from their facial expression.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can trick it with smiling, for example. If you
Hmm.
don't, there is an old song which says smile even though your heart is aching or something like that. The word is smile. When you actually lift your lips
Mhm.
upwards in a smile, your brain doesn't know the difference. It's just a short trick that you can do to change the way you feel. And when you're feeling fearful, your body kind of like becomes small. And so do the opposite. Like, do you know the power pose, for example?
Mhm.
I don't know if anyone is a fan of the Grey Anatomy series on TV. I'm a big
I
fan.
love that one. I wish when I was younger, yeah, love that one.
Yes. They're like they are there was one scene that's they're surgeons, right? They save lives. They're highly professionals, highly qualified, but they feel fear too. And then to trick this, before they go into the surgery room, they do power pose. So they stand with, you know, legs, feet
Confidence.
a little bit apart, and like think that you are a Wonder Woman or a Superman. And that pose actually gives you, makes you fear less.
Absolutely. And
Mhm,
yeah, I can relate so much. And Tony Robbins comes to my mind now. I will share an example. When you feel fearful, when you feel insecure, your shoulders go down, and you unconsciously start looking down, and like it shows unconfidence.
mhm,
Like you're not confident, your self esteem is low. And Tony Robbins usually has this exercise every time to move around, to shift your body, so to
mhm,
shift your energy. And in this case, when you move your shoulders, you change your position, you shift the energy, and you shift your brain, as you say, doesn't have unconscious mind doesn't have a distinction between good bad. So
mhm.
it accepts whatever you tell, or you give it to it. So yeah, a good trick, as Yuki mentioned, is to shift your position and be in your superpower, and just practice it. Yeah, give it a
And then you
try.
have a cake.
Love it. Give it a try and see how
Mhm.
things will shift for you. And we have Bonnie as well live. Hi, Bonnie. And it sounds so. Bonnie says it. So it sounds like my work is beneficial mentally too.
Oh, yes.
Absolutely.
Mhm, mhm,
Absolutely. So I really liked, Yuki, the position, the superpower position that
mhm.
you have shared. Do you have any other tips for our audience who is watching live or on replay? How can they break through this fear? Yeah, of course, we mentioned so far the reason why, the strong why will help you. Having the courage and superpower position. Are there any other things that you advise your clients to implement? Oh, do
Oh,
face
yes.
yoga.
Oh,
Absolutely.
yes. Yes, I find breath work really powerful as well. So this is when you're suddenly feeling fear, whether it's real or imagined. This really helps to uh, get back get back to your body, feel your body instead of have a lot of things in your head, because fear is created in the mind. So, best is if you are standing or sitting down with your feet firmly on the ground and just breathe. And there are different type of breath exercise. You can do the box breathing, which is counting 1 to 4 as you inhale, and then hold for 4, exhale for 4, and then hold the breath again for 4, and then inhale. There's another one that is also very powerful. It's called the coherent breathing. You can Google it. And this has mental benefit and also health benefits. to send in oxygen right down to the smallest cell in the body. So the way you do this is you breathe in through the nose and also exhale through the nose. But while you're breathing in and out, you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then you don't hold for this one. So up to 6, and then you exhale again. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, for example, if you are fearful of driving in the motorway, if you are new getting your driver's license and you're scared to drive in a big motorway, just before you leave the house, you can do this 5 minutes. Put a a timer
Yeah.
on your mobile phone, and then just sit down or stand, and then do this 6-6 breathing, calm you down. I've done this actually while driving, like few just before Christmas. I think we had a cold spell in Ireland, and I finished work at 2 o'clock in the morning, and it was icy. And I live in a rural area as well, so the smaller roads are not salted, so it's quite slippery. And I found myself suddenly tightening my grip on the steering wheel is tightened, and I feel like my body is stressed, like thinking like I'm going to slide. So this 6-6 breathing really helped me. And just know, if I slide, I will know what to do. Just take my, you know, foot off the accelerator, and then the car
Mhm.
will sort itself out. Yeah, in any types of situation that you feel that you're going to uh, go in, and that is fearful, 6-6 breathing.
Yeah, what came to my mind was that this technique will really help you when you have to deliver a speech or speak to someone, or even before going to an interview, all these
Yes.
nerves and stress. So doing some breathing exercise, it will calm you down, and obviously it will help you. And a superpower position, yay! Will obviously help you with succeeding in what you are trying to do and get away with fear. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much, Yuki. We had so many tips and tools shared in this live on how to break from your fear. So, for those who didn't manage, go back and rewatch. It's really powerful and invaluable knowledge given there. So, Yuki, as a final point, what would you like to share, like final thing with our audience?
Yes, I think my favorite is to use your mind, your imagination to work for you, because it is the most powerful tool. And instead of creating the big bad wolf, let's create the life that you want, the end goal that you are trying to achieve. That's it.
Absolutely. Yeah, imagination is a very powerful faculty, mental faculty, and we all have access to it. We all have access to it.
Mhm.
Just, yeah, get and implement and use it in the right way so that it works for you rather than against you. So thank you
Yes.
so much, everyone who watched us who've been with us live. So we have a couple of more comments there. So Olga, it was a powerful discussion. Thank you so much, Olga, for this feedback. So Olga loves face yoga. Yeah, absolutely. This is a good technique. So Carla says, yes, my experience and my clients show that breath work is so helpful. Another confirmation, breath work is very, very powerful. So thank you so much, Yuki, for your time and
Thanks
for
for
your knowledge.
having me. Mhm.
And everyone, we shall see you next week with a different topic. See you. Bye bye.
Bye. Mhm.